Pleasure. Joining me is Congressman Jim Jordan from Ohio. Jim Jordan, you know, this is a pretty sordid Christmas story about this Mike Lee's amendment going down as Chuck Schumer pulls aside two supposedly independent people, Cinnamon Mansion. God knows what he gave them in order to switch their votes. I mean, this is why people really don't like Congress very much. What you think?
No, I agree. But the real key is, why would Republican senators go along with this? I mean, it's a huge increase in spending. Here's the example that gets me the most. The FBI, the same FBI that worked with big tech to run a misinformation operation on the American people, on we the people, just weeks before the most important election we have, election for president, that FBI got a huge increase in their budget, more than they even asked for, more than the Biden administration asked for. Why would we do that? Why in the world would, not to mention all the other stupid things in this bill that we spend American tax money on? So I don't get it. You know, I remember when Mitch McConnell held out on, when Merrick Garland was nominated by Barack Obama, held out on any kind of confirmation hearings because he said, let's let the American people speak. Well, the American people spoke a month ago, and they said, we want the House to be run by Republicans. Why not wait 12 days. In 12 days, we take the majority. Why not wait 2 weeks and let us deal with this legislation? Why not wait for the cavalry to come over the Hill to deal with this legislation and get rid of some of the stupid things in there? No, they went ahead and passed this bill. We're all going to vote against it, the Republicans tonight in the House, but unfortunately, I think it's going to become law, which is just wrong. Just wrong.
Jim, the FBI gets a $600 million brand new headquarters. For all the good work they've done and revealed in the Twitter files. And wait a minute. There's $450 million some odd dollars for border security, but it's for Egypt and other countries. It has nothing to do with our border. Tunisia, Oman. I mean, come on. This crazy.
No, you can't.
But that's why I say
you can't make it up. You can't make it up.
You can't make it up, and that's why I'm so disappointed in the Republican senators and the Senate leadership. I mean, let's face it, you got to blame them. They led the charge. Yeah. And but I think Mike Lee would have been a last-minute rescue. I mean, that's.
I agree.
It would have been very clever.
Not only could it was a good amendment in and of itself, but the idea that they wouldn't take it, the Democrats couldn't take it because we no longer have a border, Larry. We understand that. And the one thing kind of keeping a semblance of a border is Title 42. So it was a good amendment he had, but the main effect of that amendment would have been it couldn't have passed the House if it got in the Senate bill. So that's what we were hoping, and then you get the CR into next year when we can do something much, much better for the American taxpayer. I mean, again, I always think about the families I get to represent in the 4th District of Ohio, West Central, North Central Ohio, good, hardworking people, manufacturing, agriculture, good folks, and to think that their tax dollars are being spent in this manner is just flat out wrong. And anyone who sees this, if you go look at Dan Bishop, a colleague of mine, a great member, the Twitter feed he had, the Twitter thread he had, where he talked about all the stupid things, plankton study, salmon study, bee study, money for borders in foreign countries, but nothing to deal with the situation on our southern border. It's completely ridiculous. And again, I think the country knows it, but unfortunately, not enough politicians in D.C. do.
By the way, there's some big corporate tax hikes in that bill, which people aren't talking about. This is a high tax bill because it's going to hurt. And they're business taxes, but business taxes, that's, affects profits, affects wages, affects hiring, affects blue-collar family income, which is short right now because of the energy and food price inflation that we've had. I mean, those tax hikes are very damaging. That's part of the omnibus bill that Mr. McConnell and others, Mr. Thune, they all supported that stuff.
Yeah. Not to mention just the overall spending, the ridiculous levels of spending we've had the last couple of years, and then this addition to discretionary spending here. I think the debt payment, just to service our debt, the interest on our debt over this year is projected to go somewhere around $600 billion. So, Larry, to put that in perspective, we're spending $830 billion on national defense. We're almost spending as much on debt service as we're going to spend on national defense. When you get in that range, that is very dangerous, as you know. I know you're a sharp economist. You get it. But think of this. So there's just this overall spending, ridiculous levels of spending that I think in and of themselves is a problem too, not to mention all the stupid things we're spending the money on.
No, that's a great point, by the way. That's a very good point. And look, the Fed is fighting inflation. This spending bill is going to make it harder for the Fed. And so the Fed will be tighter, and so the recession will be worse. And so the subsequent, the borrowing is going to even be higher because you're not going to get the level of revenues. No, I know, it's a very bad idea. Let me just switch gears for a second, because there's this story out. You and a bunch of others who were not permitted to sit on this crazy January 6th committee, you just put out a report that shows that Nancy Pelosi and the House leadership had been in contact with the Capitol Hill police for many weeks, even though she denied it. They were aware of the possible consequences and violence up on the Hill, but they did nothing about it except try to blame Donald Trump. They knew about this. Can you just talk a little, because this is a breaking story, and I know we're talking about the omnibus bill, and we're talking about the Zeleny and so forth, but this is an important story that you've uncovered.
Right. So you had Pelosi's office in having all kinds of meetings in contact with the Sergeant of Arms and the Capitol Hill Police. Many of those meetings, they didn't even invite Republicans. The House administration Republican folks couldn't even be at those. They didn't even know about it. So they're having these meetings, and a pattern had developed where basically the Sergeant of Arms couldn't do anything without running it through Pelosi's office and her staff. And then, of course, we get to that day when violence breaks out, and it looks like that the Sergeant of Arms couldn't do what everyone knew needed to be done, get the National Guard here, until he ran it through Pelosi's staff. So that's what we point out about this committee. And always remember, we had this initial report a year and a half ago where they said that, well, there was concerns about the optics of having the proper security posture here that day. And the reason they were concerned about the optics is because what happened in the summer of 2020. You had all these riots going on around the country, but Democrats were raising money to bail the rioters out of prison, out of jail, and the Democrats were saying they were peaceful protests, not riots. So when that's the backdrop, it's kind of tough to do the right thing on January 6th. So I think all that factored into this. And you had this cozy relationship where the Sergeant of Arms basically couldn't do what needed to be done until he ran it past Pelosi's staff. And
none of this surfaced in this J6 report, which was, political fix to begin with. All thing they did was blame Trump. Meanwhile, Trump asked for 20,000 National Guards people, which Pelosi turned down. Pelosi and the mayor of Washington, D.C. turned down. And yet they're blaming Trump. And they're blaming Republicans. And the whole thing is out of control. That's why I wanted to raise it. I mean, I know Tunisia is getting more money for their border than we're getting for our border. And I know that's very important. But I do want this story to pass, because it just shows the whole thing's a fraudulent argument, this January 6th stuff. They had their power to do something about it, and they wouldn't do it. And then they lied about it, Jim. That's what's so bad. Another lie.
All for politics to go after President Trump, because President Trump came to this town, did what he told the American people he was going to do, took on this town, stood up for America First policies. This town doesn't like it, and that's why they've been going after him in a political way ever since.
Jim Jordan, is there any chance the omnibus bill will be beaten in the House? Any chance?
I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think so. It's just, the Democrats have a majority still until January 3rd. That's why we needed to wait. If we were in the majority, we could stop it, but we're not going to. I don't think it's going to get stopped tonight. And unfortunately, this will be passed. It'll exacerbate the debt problem, exacerbate our interest problem, exacerbate the inflation problem, and spend money in all kinds of crazy, ridiculous things that we shouldn't spend on. But
you're
I don't know that we can stop it.
You're going to chair the Judiciary Committee in a couple of weeks, and you're going to be able to right some wrongs, I think.
Exactly. That's what we want to focus on. You bet.
Yeah, it'll be a new slate, new budget, new economics, new taxes, new energy, new investigations, new oversight. I know. The cavalry is still coming. I don't know. I want to be optimistic. It's the Christmas season. You are a great American, Jim Jordan. You're an old friend. You're a great American. I wish you the merriest Christmas and the happiest New Year. Larry.